Hello everybody, this is Siddharth and I'm going to teach you how to do PLSQL programming using kit triggers and cursors. So the total number of questions given over here are 6. So we'll start with the first question, which is which simply to create a trigger, um, that displays uh, that does not allow user to insert or update or delete operations on the supplier table. So for doing this, we create a trigger. So create or replace trigger, no update after update, or insert or delete on order one for each row begin. Now we'll give the cases, like we'll give the exceptions, like if updating, then raise application error, this a particular integer, and then the message which is updating or not permitted. And if a person wants to do insertion, we'll give the insertion case. So if inserting, then raise application error minus an integer and insertion not permitted. If a person is trying to delete, then also we have to display the message. So raise application error, else if deleting, then raise application error or integer and deletion not possible. And if, and then end. Now the particular trigger has been created. Now we need to check the conditions whether this particular trigger which is created is working on updation or deletion or insertion or not. So we give a new simple PLSQL query. So an update query, like uh, as we can see, it's given over here. Update order 1 set customer ID 3 where order ID is 100. Update order 1 set customer 3 where order ID is 100. So what will this will find an error because the as being defined in the particular trigger above it. So this will give the error that updation not permitted, as we have defined. Likewise, for insertion and deletion also same thing. The trigger will work and it will not allow the user to insert, delete, or update. Now the second question is create a trigger that raises an user-defined error message and does not allow updating the order table. So it is similar to the previous question. So in this, again we create a trigger. So create or replace replace trigger user-defined message before update on order 1 for each row begin. If updating, then raise application error minus 201 something, and then updation not possible and it ends. Now this particular trigger, what it does is it will give the message as error as updation the particular number minus 20101, then updation not possible if a person wants to update in this particular order 1. So as now the trigger has been created, now we'll write a query to update. So update order 1 set customer ID 3 where order ID is equal to 100. Update order. So now this will um, give an error. This will give the particular user defined error as updation not possible. Now let's move on to the third question, which says as write a PLSQL script to display the supplier details who has rating greater than 3. So declare cursor. So we make a cursor for this using cursor has been defined, has been asked in the question. So declare cursor supplier 3 is select star from supplier where rating is greater than 3. Now this is a particular query. Now we'll start begin. So begin dbms output.putline supplier details for supplier in supplier 3. Now we'll use loop, which has been specially used in this one, to give all the quantities, display all the quantities. So in this particular format, the all the order supplier IDs which are greater than whose rating is greater than 3 will be displayed in this particular format inside the loop for each and every ID. So dbms output.putline ID, then ID, name, gender, and then rating. Okay, now end of loop and then end. So this particular query will display all the suppliers whose rating is greater than greater than 4 using this cursor and loop. Alright, next move on to the next question, which says write a PLSQL script to display the product name whose order quantity is greater than 10. So declare cursor quantity 10 is select distinct p dot product description from product p and order quantity O, the two tables which are required, where p dot product id equal to order product id and o dot product id is greater than 10. So we join the two particular tables and we check whether the order quantity is greater than 10. Begin dbms output input line products are, for loop again we'll use product in quantity 10, then loop particular format in which the loop will be working will be dbms output line prod dot product description followed by a comma and end of loop and then end. So this particular cursor, what will do is all the quantities which are greater, whose order quantity is greater than 10 will be displayed using the loop. All the IDs will be product descriptions will be displayed. All right. Let's move on to the next question, which says uh, create a trigger. Alright, create a trigger to warn when the supplier quantity is greater than order quantity. So if order quantity which is ours is greater than the particular order quantity, then we have to warn. So create a replace trigger, extra stock before insert on supplier for each row. Declare two numbers have been declared, O quantity and S quantity. Now cursor has been created. Cursor extra quantity is select order quantity as O quantity, new dot order quantity as S quantity from supplier S, order quantity O, where we join the this tables O dot product ID equal to new dot product ID. So then we'll begin it for extra quantity loop. Now loop will work if extra dot S quantity and is greater than extra dot o quantity, then what we'll do, raise application error. An application error will be raised, which is a user defined error that supplier quantity is higher than the order quantity, and then we'll end the loop. So each and every time a particular person gives an extra quantity, it will display the this thing. It will display the error that the supplier quantity is higher than the order quantity. Alright, now this trigger has been created to test this trigger. We insert a particular into the supplier value. So insert into supplier values 9 FFFF, alright, and then 25 has been inserted. So which is greater than 10. So this particular trigger will return the error as supplier quantity higher than the order. Let's move on to the last question, which says write a trigger to update the order table where whenever the customer ID is updating in the customer table. So we have to write a trigger to update the order table every time the customer table is updated. So as you can see, we first I displayed the order table fully. Now the customer table. Now we'll define the trigger. So update customer. Wait for a minute. All right. Yes. Now select start from customer. So fully customer table has been displayed, as you can see over here. Now drop trigger define drop now trigger has been dropped using drop trigger user defined message. Now trigger has been dropped. Another trigger which was previously created was no update. So no trigger drop trigger no update has been dropped. Now we write a new PLSQL query as such as update customer set customer ID 6 where customer name is Kathy Cook, customer ID update on customer. So what this will do, as we previously we defined various triggers to stop us from updating, deleting, and inserting, because as we and which will return particular errors for each and everything. But now as we have drop the user-defined update, user-defined triggers which were created previously have been dropped by using drop trigger. As you can see, by giving drop trigger user-defined message and drop trigger no update, now we have access to update the particular database. Now as you can see in the next query, which is given as we have updated the customer ID as 6 and the customer name as Kathy Cook, so which is being reflected in the database. So this is how you perform triggers and cursors. Thank you for watching.